Hey guys, this is Kevin from JazTime.com, and today we'll be doing a review between the Rolex Day-Date 40, reference number 228238, versus the Rolex Oyster Perpetual, reference number 114300. We'll be going over the price, the dial, bezel, case, crown, bracelet, clasp, and we'll talk about the movement towards the end of the video. Okay. So as of pricing, as of August 2017, you can get the Rolex Day-Date President at a authorized Rolex retailer for $34,850, or you can come to JazTime.com and get it for as low as $26,000. For the Oyster Perpetual, you can get this from an authorized dealer for $5,700, or you can come to JazTime.com and get it for as low as $4,200. Okay. Of course, these are vastly different watches in terms of pricing, but hopefully as we go through this comparison, you'll start to see that maybe they're not so different after all. You may be more inclined to get the Oyster Perpetual towards the end after we go through all the features and such. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So in clear terms of dial, as the Day-Date name states, we have the day at the very top at the 12 o'clock position, with the date at the 3 o'clock position with a Cyclops lens on top of that sapphire crystal for magnification and easier viewing of that date. The hour markers are Roman numerals and fully made of 18 karat, made of 18 karat yellow gold, whereas the Oyster Perpetual keeps a very simple dial with just simple index hour markers that are 18 karat white gold, with the stick markers having luminosity at the 3, 6, and 9 for easier legibility at night, and that includes the hands as well. As you can see, the little tips of the hands, we have those little strips of white, and that gives the watch a illumination at night, and allows for viewing at night. Whereas the Day-Date, you won't be able to keep the time at night because there is no illumination on that. Okay. Strictly speaking about the dial colors, we have a few configurations for the Day-Date. The Day-Date, you can get it in the the Roman hour markers in the champagne dial, which I currently have in my hand here, or a white dial. If you're interested in similar hour markers like the Oyster Perpetual, it also comes in index markers in champagne, silver, or black dials. The Oyster Perpetual is a little bit more fashionable in color. If you're more interested in more colors, the Oyster Perpetual, we have this red, or what they refer to as grape. Rolex refers to as grape, with red hour indices, as you can see with the little squares at the hour markers. It also comes in a blue dial with green indices, and also a rhodium dial with blue indices as well. Okay. Besides that, having the date and the date at the 3 o'clock and 12 o'clock position is the main difference between the two dials. The Oyster wins out on viewability in the long run, as we do have the glow in the dark at the 3, 6, 9 and on the hands. All right, moving on to the bezels now. The bezels, fairly simple bezels for both. For the Day-Date, we're looking at a beautiful 18 karat yellow gold, high polished fluted bezel. As you can see, as the light kind of reflects on like that, it kind of beams from different spots. Whereas the Oyster Perpetual just keeps a very simple 904L steel, which is an in-house made steel by Rolex, has additional corrosion resistance, and has a nice high polish, and brings a little bit of shine to the face of the watch. Probably not as much as obviously the yellow gold fluted bezel. Okay. Besides that, the case sizes, looking at very similar case sizes. The Day-Date is a 40mm case. So from my index finger to my thumb here, that's a 40mm case. Whereas the Oyster Perpetual, looking at from between my two thumbs, looking at a 39mm case. Okay. Besides that, I'll show you the side profiles. Once again, of course, Day-Date made out of full 18 karat yellow gold, whereas the Oyster Perpetual, that same 904L steel made by Rolex, so follows similar properties here, where we have the nice high polish on the side of the case, travel very nicely against the sides of the bracelet. You can see that same patterning of that high polish there. Okay, the profiles of the watch pretty much looks a little bit like the Day-Date's, a little bit bigger, mainly because of the complication of having the being able to show the day and the date. adds a few more things to the movement, so of course that demands a little bit larger case. On the other side of the case, we're looking at the same sort of patterning here. We have that nice high polish on the sides of the case, traveling very nicely with the bracelet. Rolex crown, Rolex logo on the Rolex crown. The crown, pretty much similar in terms of feature-wise. The crowns are the same. They're both screw down twin lock double waterproofness systems. Have a water resistance fully screwed in. The watches have a water resistances of 100 meters or 330 feet. The only additional thing, of course, with the Day-Date, you can it'll have an additional function on the crown, specifically to adjust the date. I'll go ahead and show you that really quickly here. So, as we go counterclockwise here, we'll approach the first position in which you can wind the watch 20 to 30 times, no more, as you might damage the movement by putting too much tension on there. Next off, in the next position, you're able to adjust the date very easily, very simply. Going counterclockwise allows you to adjust the actual day, while you can adjust the date going clockwise. Okay. Keep your eye on the second hand as we move on to the third and final position. There we are. Oyster Perpetual has the same motion. It stops the second hand, allows you to adjust set the hands bidirectionally here. The stopping of the second hand allows for precise time setting, such as to an atomic clock online. You can set it down to exact seconds. Of course, pressing the crown back in starts it once more. And as I mentioned, please screw the crown all the way nice and tight against the case of your Rolex, as you want to keep these watches water resistant. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the bracelet now. For the bracelet, the Day-Date does have a special bracelet. It is called the President Bracelet. So what that means is a three-piece link bracelet. As you can see from the center and the two sides, we have a very nice brushed 18-karat yellow gold on the sides of the outer links of the bracelet, while the center has these larger semicircular links that are completely high polished on the center. It really brings a nice contrast and more shine to the bracelet. Whereas the Oyster Perpetual, this one's more of a sporty watch, as we do have the same three-piece links. This is called the Oyster bracelet instead, and this is one of the Rolex standard bracelets. It's nicely satin finish throughout, brushed steel, as you can see. No high polish on it, only along the sides of it, as you can see there. But otherwise, the links themselves on the front, all satin finish. Same pattern with the clasp. Now, as we move on to the clasp, you can see here complete differences in clasp. For the President bracelet, follows very similarly with what's Rolex's Jubilee bracelet. It has a concealed folding crown clasp, which is located here. Here's the crown. It pops open very easily to reveal this very beautiful, nicely embossed with Rolex's name on a high polished clasp blade. And there's the clasp. Simple folding oyster clasp. There it is closed. There it is hidden. Whereas the Oyster Perpetual is just a folding oyster clasp. It just pops open simply like that. Same functionality. We have the Rolex name embossed on the very beautiful high polished clasp blade. Okay. However, one noticeable difference about the clasp from the President. The President is not adjustable. You'll have to take that to a watchmaker to get a link removed or a link added in order for it to fit your wrist properly. Whereas the Oyster Perpetual allows for 5mm increment adjustments, forward or backwards. As you can see, there's a little indentation behind a clasp. This just needs a little tool to actually be able to adjust the clasp forward or backwards, adding a little more comfort to your wrist, whereas the President, it's a one size. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the movements now. So for the movements, let's go ahead and start off with the President's movement. It's housed in this very beautiful oyster case backing, very simple structure. You're looking at a perpetual mechanical self-winding movement. Is recently manufactured by Rolex in 2015 as a caliber 3255 movement. It's in COSC specification, which is -2 + 2 seconds a day. Has the functions of the center, hour, minute, and second hand with instantaneous changing of the date and the date apertures, as I've shown you with the crown, and stopping at the second hand for precise time setting. The oscillators are paramagnetic blue paracomb hairspring, which is magnetic resistant. And the main thing about this movement compared compared to the other movement will be the escapement. The escapement is what Rolex calls the chronergy with optimized energy efficiency. You're looking at about 15% gain in efficiency from transmitting energy from the wheel to the lever to the balance itself. It is a skeletonized escape wheel, which makes the chronergy escapement. That 15% gain in efficiency gives this watch a power reserve of approximately 70 hours, which is pretty nice to have. Meaning you can put this watch down on a Sunday evening, pick it back up on a Monday, late Monday evening or afternoon or such, and it should be still keeping time just fine. Whereas the Oyster Perpetual is using one of Rolex's very basic movements. It's their of course perpetual mechanical self-winding movement, caliber 31-32 movement, which has a precision of -2 + 2 seconds a day under the same COC specifications. Has a function of the center, hour, minute, and seconds hand, stopping the seconds hand for precise time setting. And the oscillator, same oscillator, paramagnetic blue parachrome hairspring. And for the power reserve, you're looking at 48 hours, which is putting this watch down on a Friday evening, pick it back up on a Sunday evening, should be keeping time just fine, but won't make it to a Monday. Okay, so the movement is a very basic movement. Of course, that's why it has a little bit smaller case, as it doesn't have that day and date function. Okay, all right, let me go ahead and show you these watches on my wrist now. So with the Day-Date, you're looking at the crown here, pop that open, slap that right on, bam. Nice, beautiful patterning throughout the whole bracelet. That champagne dial matching nicely with the gold, as you can see there. Okay. All right, let's get this Oyster Perpetual on now. Same thing, pop open that Oyster. There we are. Slap that right on there as well. Bam. Oyster bracelet, very nice, very durable bracelet, as it is more of a sporty bracelet, being all brush polish and none of it high polish. As you can see, sunburst style doing work there, very beautiful. And here's both the watches on my wrist. Okay, so if you're interested in purchasing any of these models for the lowest possible price, check out our website, JazTime.com. We offer a 1-year warranty and the lowest prices around. If you liked the video, please like, comment, and subscribe below. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys soon.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at JazTime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazTime, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.